Welcome, Pisces, to your mid-March tarot reading. I'm Veronica. This is Veronica's Dreams Tarot. Hope y'all are doing fantastic. This reading is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising. Let's see if I can shuffle. Klutzing out here. Hope everyone's doing fantastic and you're laughing at me a little bit because that's okay. Anyway, let's get started here. This is the Runic Tarot. It is a rather thick deck. So let's get going here. What do our Pisces need to know for mid-March? What's going on? We'll take a look at current situation and then how everything kind of pans out. Let's see what's going on. Current situation for Pisces. Queen of Swords. Ace of Swords. Ooh, the Star. I like the Ace of Swords to the Star. It's like I finally have clarity. Now I'm headed there. It looks good. What you don't see. Queen of Cups. Unexpected is the King of Swords. What to look for. Three of Wands. Challenge here is the Magician. Where does this lead? Five of Swords and the Fool. I like that a lot too. Okay, advice. We'll pull the advice over here. Five of Cups. Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck. There's something, I think, like, I get the feeling with the Six of Wands, it's like something just kind of sparks here. It's like, okay, I got it. Either you were recognized for something that sparked something, or you just recognize something here with that card. It feels like, it's so bright and it just feels like everything's illuminated for you. Once, I feel like that's what leads to this Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is about, I feel like she really says, I know exactly what I want. I know exactly how to get there. I'm going to cross all my T's, dot all my I's, just don't look anywhere else but straight to my goal. And I feel like once you make that plan, the Ace of Swords is kicking it into gear, like getting that strength to get it started, moving forward, taking that ingenuity and that aha moment and making it really happen. The Star is great because it's about your dreams, your wishes, your true desires. The Star is direction. It's a cleansing. It's a healing after the Tower. It's to me, it's like this. I think it's one of the best cards in the deck, to be honest. I feel like it is. I feel like it's saying that like everything's going to be okay. It's kind of like that. But let's dig a little deeper into this Queen of Swords first, because I feel like this is. Let's see what is this idea. It's going to be different a little bit for all of us. Of course, this is collective. What is Pisces putting into motion here? What do we need to know about this Queen? Justice. Yeah, there's something here. Well, there's that Star again. The Justice with the King of Cups. We've got the Queen of Cups down here. So this could be something about relationships. But the Justice to me is what you understand is there's something very clear about how to move forward, either with this person or I feel like it is, or if this King of Cups isn't a person, it's how to move forward in a relationship in general. I feel like it is about that. I don't usually see that when I have swords all over the place. Let's look at the Ace of Swords further. Let's see what that says. Maybe a bit more to it. What's the Ace of Swords, please? Ace of Swords here is the Empress with the World. Very interesting energy. Five of Swords showing up at the bottom of the deck here. Okay, so World with the Empress with the World. It's like you're finally clear about how to take care of things. The Empress being like nurturing things, taking care of things. And I feel like you've reached a pivotal time with the World on how to do this. And that's the Ace. It's the clarity on how to move forward. It's not a conclusion as much as it is a graduation of knowledge, thought, how to move forward type of thing. It's not the end, it's how to begin. You do have the Fool here too. So I feel like there's something very interesting here. I I still am getting kind of the feeling of love. Let's look at the star. What is the star? Furthermore, with the star, what is the star? What is the star? Knight of Wands with the Three of Wands. Okay, that's interesting too because we have the Three of Wands and what to look for. Um, the star is all the energy that you have been doing here, and I think it has a lot to do with that Six of Wands because we got the Wands energy here. Knight of Wands is that forward movement, and Three of Wands is, seeing how the ships come in. I feel like this star is you finally putting it all together, like moving towards those things that are really working for you with this Three of Wands. It still could be relationships, but it's like turning into it could be anything here. Um, but I feel like once you have that, then you can reach your goals here with the star being there. You have the Queen of Cups in what you don't see. Now, this could be you, but let's clarify it. Anytime like it's in the what you don't see, I always think about it being, if it's a relationship reading, it's about the other person or about the environment that you don't see what's really happening here. Hermit with the Three of Wands again. The Three of Wands is coming up over and over and over again. Well, not over and over, but yeah. So there is a search here for the search, the Hermit. The Hermit also has that star in his lantern. So he is looking for his dreams. The Three of Wands, though, is also seeing these things come together. So I think with this Queen and what you don't realize, this very well could be you in a position of like you're not realizing that your search is over here with the Three of Wands. And I think that's why it's sitting up here in the what to look for energy, because you need to realize that, yeah, you've done a lot more than maybe you think you have with the situation. The King of Swords is coming up and you're unexpected. The King of Swords, well, is the counterpart to the Queen, but it's even more so in charge. So and this is unexpected. So it's kind of interesting to me. What is this King of Swords, please? Tell me more about the King. What is this King? Ah. Devil with the Six of Swords. Knowing to move, you'll know it. So surprisingly enough, the devil is that addictive energy, being stuck on things, not being able to kind of break yourself free from thoughts or emotions or people or substances or whatever. But the king here is very clear on what you need to do next. And he is what he's doing and what he's putting into motion is you breaking free from something that you haven't been able to let go of for a while. You're going to be breaking free from it. No, it's all going to be different for all of us, but again, it's anything that you're attached to or addicted to. Um, but it's not always about addiction. We can be attached to ways of thinking. We can be attached to thinking that this is the only thing we can do for a living, thoughts, as well as substances, as well as people. But I do like the Three of Wands is in what you need to look for. This is what to look for. The Three of Wands is asking you in this position to look for what you've done so far. Look at everything that you've created. Even if you have to check that off, say, look what I've done so far, everything I've done. And sometimes that's important, especially if we're like worried about something here, that King of Swords, like thinking maybe a little bit worried. Too many cards fell out. What is the Three of Wands and what to look for? More info here. Yeah, Eight of Wands, Three of Wands again. Okay, that Three of Wands keeps coming up over and over. You really need to take a look at what you've done so far. How far have you come? The energy that you've put in. What have you created? Because the Eight of Wands is continuing to move forward, but you've got to look at that. This is coming up in an advice position. So really, really, really keep your eye on, notice and give yourself credit for it too. Don't just give yourself credit. We have the Magician in your challenge. Now, honestly, because of all of these swords, I see this Magician being in the challenge spot as don't let anyone try to fool you. The magician does have all the tools. Yes, he is an alchemist, but at the same time, he has sleight of hand. So there is that piece of the magician that we don't always see. So it is asking you to be, that was weird. Something went straight to voicemail. My phone didn't ring. um, the magician is asking you to say, okay, let's keep an eye on things, make sure no one's deceiving me or trying to trick me, or just asking you to keep an eye on that. It's a challenge because there may be someone around you that you, and again, I like to be really careful with this magician when I say this type of behavior because it's not always malicious. People hide things not to be malicious. Sometimes they are just not ready to, say everything, or there's all kinds of reasons. So it's not necessarily malicious. It's just you got to know all of the truth. The Hierophant, or I'm sorry, High Priestess, and let's pull one more, and the Queen of Cups. So yeah, we have the Queen of Cups down here. I think it's asking you to make sure that you trust yourself here with the magician. Is if there is someone that you're kind of questioning or something, the high priestess with the Queen of Cups, I feel like could be you saying, okay, you need to trust yourself, trust your intuition here because it's probably right. And then if you do, you'll know if that's that magician, if someone comes around and is trying to get you to do something, maybe sign some papers or something, and you're like, something just feels off. Trust that. Trust it. Because you have the Five of Swords after that. And the Five of Swords is deceit. It is about playing unfairly. Now, you will be in a position where this could all come to fruition, and it's saying, if someone's playing unfairly, do you really want to fight, or do you just walk away from the situation? So let's take a look further into this Five of Swords. I really feel like that's just yeah, Eight of Swords, Three of Wands again. That's coming up over and over. Some of you might be seeing threes too. Um, the Eight of Swords, being stuck. But I feel like it's being stuck because you're not seeing what's ahead of you. Okay, so if you're not looking at what you've already done, how can you create anything new? And the Eight of Swords is that stuck position. The Five of Swords, there's something that you really need to look for, because I'm getting a couple warnings here with that magician and the Five of Swords, is that you really need to make sure no one's messing with you. Like there's no deceit, there's no lies, there's nothing hidden. Again, I don't want to say that someone's doing something intentionally because they may not be, but there is something over and over with this Three of Wands coming up over and over again. And look, it's showing up with the Three of Swords here. So I would just be really careful about that. Just, what I say is just be really aware, trust your intuition as the cards indicated. The Fool comes in after that, which is good. So I feel like you just start something completely new. That's what I'm getting the feeling here with the Fool, that jump in attitude. Your advice is also the Five of Cups, so it's asking you not to be disappointed. And I think it has to do with this Magician and Five of Swords. Tell me more about the Fool, please. The Devil and the Nine of Pentacles. You are definitely leaving that behind. And I say that you're leaving the Devil behind because the Nine of Pentacles is understanding your successes, working hard to achieve. The Devil is, I'm done with that. I need to be free from this devil, and that is your leap of faith. You're trusting that you need to get out of this situation. Devil came up twice, Three of Wands came up a million times. So be really aware here. You have the Five of Cups in your advice. Keep your head on what you still have available to you. Don't focus on what you've lost. Look at what you have, not what you've lost. It's very important here to do that, because there is a little bit of a mix up here. There is a little bit of a crappy thing happening. But I think if you're aware of it, then it won't be, and again, I want to say crappy, but I don't want it might not be intentional. It just might not. And I have to really clarify that. So but I do feel like just, you know, focus moving forward on what you have available to you. The Three of Wands. Look, I always thought that there was 3 cups spilled and only 2 cups standing. I could be wrong. I'll have to go back and look. But in this card, there's 3 cups standing. You've gotten the Three of Wands over and over and over again. Focus on what you have, not what you don't have. Focus on what you've accomplished, not what you don't have. It's coming up over and over again in your reading. So really take that to heart, because there's something to be said about that, and someone needs to hear that loud and clear. Cards came up a million times saying that. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helped. Let me know. Leave me a comment. Leave a thumbs up. Appreciate you. Have a great day.